Well, Gaffer, you must have been delighted. I mean, first half played some great football and just needed that second goal.
We just needed a second goal. Phil, you're absolutely correct. If we'd have got that, we should have really, on the night, we should have scored 5 or 6. And that was the only thing missing. Clean sheet, which was important. Win, obviously, was the most important thing. But what really pleased me was the confidence, the authority of the performance. We were excellent in the first half. We knocked it about, we moved it quick, we got balls in the box, we got shots. And we had to up the level of performance. I said that, yesterday, because we know that the last 2 performances previous to this have been nowhere near. And we had to find out why. We went through it on Monday. And look, the players knew tonight was a big important game, but the pleasing thing for me as a manager was how confident and how much authority we had in the game. Against a good team. I know they got beat heavily on Saturday, but they were on an unbeaten run before that of 6 games. So we nullified them, the threat, and really the only thing missing for me was if we'd got that second goal, especially earlier, in the second half, I think we could have gone on and won by a lot more.
Yeah, the goal you did score, well crafted by Dembele, and a great finish.
Those 2 were brilliant. They changed shape, the shape, the way I want to play it was exactly how we played it in the first half. They were excellent, we moved it quick, we got it to Jono, we got people around him. We've played a different way in the last few games because I wanted more width. So we've got good options with the formation. It wasn't, although those 2 were linked up very well with Sammy, all 3 of them were very good. That's why we created so many chances. It was more the intensity of what we played with and without the ball. That's us. Especially, that's definitely our best first half performance of the season, and that had to change. So tonight, credit to my players, they got a lot of things right. The only thing missing was the finishing, and on another night it could have been 5 or 6.
Yeah, and the shape of the team was really good in that second half when Plymouth had more possession, albeit they haven't really tested Christie a lot.
No, they haven't. They overloaded one area with Mayer and Coops, they're good players. And they started getting the ball to them, so I needed to just shore it up a little bit. Ryan Broom, who did well in the night, gave us really good energy, a couple of good crosses. Brought Niall on to just deal with that, and then we went a 1 and a 2 in the midfield, which meant Tails and Ethan could get out to that Tails on this side. So we dealt with that well. But overall I'm delighted because it was an important game for us. It really was, in the sense that we didn't want the run to continue to 3, and then you're looking at it saying that's not a blip. And tonight, the most pleasing thing for me as a manager is how confident and how much authority and how well we played. It was really good.
And in that last 7 minutes of injury time, I don't know where that came from, but you nullified the threat and kept the ball well as well in the areas you needed to for game management.
We needed to get a hold of the ball, so Reedy does that well, and that's why Sammy came off. Other than that, Sammy was a real performance of real energy. Could have got a couple of goals. And this is the thing now, because if you're winning, there's going to be at least 5 minutes. You would have thought now because of the subs. Yeah. And obviously if you're losing, it gives you that hope. So I've said to the players, look, the injury time is going to be a lot, so if the game's close, it's going to make a big difference. Obviously it's going to make a bigger difference when you've got a crowd in the stadium, which looks like we're going to get them back, which is great news for everyone.
Blake Tracy, he gives such balance with his left foot, but he has the energy to get beyond Butts as well.
He can run. The boy's been unlucky with injuries and what have you, but he's obviously had quite a few games before this in terms of the reserve games and all that, the check. But tonight he was really good balance, lovely left foot, good size, can run. I thought the balance of the team looked good. I thought he was very, very good.
I just tarnished a little bit with Johnson towards the end, but
we'll wait and see how Jono is, because he's the one player that we probably can't afford to lose in terms of we haven't got anything like him. So we'll have to wait and see how he is. Saturday I'm going to be strong. I'm not going to make as many changes as I did against Oxford, because one thing I've learned when we had that break in the cycle of games, although I had to give some players a rest, I think they're better off playing games.